Hey guys, welcome back.
Hey guys, brand new podcast.
Hey, wait a minute. It's my podcast.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Enjoy. I wasn't listening to any of that. Okay.
It's because apparently you're a loudmouth.
I
think is what
loud.
he was saying.
I am very loud. I've always been really
That's so funny
loud.
because Steven thinks I'm the loudest person ever.
You are not loud.
He's like, when you're on the phone, he constantly is like, why are you talking so loud? I'm like, really?
Maybe he's just sensitive.
Well,
Because
that's
you are
one
not
word
loud.
for him.
You're not a loud person. No.
I don't think so.
No, you're not.
I don't know.
Your son is loud.
Really?
Your daughter's not loud.
Well, she can
Well,
be.
she can
but
be.
my
She
son
can
is
be.
loud all the time.
Yeah, Max is loud all the time.
24/7. Yeah.
It's part of what I like about Max. Is he's a little untethered.
He's enthusiastic about pretty much everything.
Yeah, he is. I love it. It's really cool to watch him process the world sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
Because
It's not the way everyone else does. That's for sure.
no. And it's with reckless abandon,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Good, bad, or indifferent. It's with reckless abandon.
Yep.
It's really cool. I like that about Max.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I mean, I have a kid similar.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
When Isla was really little, every minute was intense in her body.
Right.
Like everything she processed was at maximum volume.
I feel like it's that sensory stuff because they have these sensory processing things going on. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what it is.
It's got to be part of it.
Because, yeah, there's just something different about how they experience the world.
And
Certainly.
it's really great.
Yeah, there's not such a bad thing about half of what they have going on for them, you know?
Yeah, more than half.
Probably,
There's
yes.
like 20% that I'm like, really? Come on. Let's just come on. But then the rest of it, you go, that's pretty amazing that you can do that. Like today she had piano and she learned a song beginning to end in one lesson. And her teacher was
that's
like,
awesome.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing that she learned this whole song. She made me come in and listen to her. And she did the whole song again. It was Hark the Herald Angels Sing. She learned the whole
She's
thing.
been struggling for a while, though. That's
Yes.
so great.
She has been, but that's the nature of her brain is
Yeah.
once it kicks in, she's like a pro, you
Right.
know, but it just takes it longer to kick
Yeah.
in. So it's fascinating to watch those kids, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
fascinating.
definitely a ride. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
Yes.
I don't know what the hell mine's going to do when she grows up.
Oh, God. I don't want to think about that. But
No. You know,
it's right around the corner, though, which is freaky.
It is right around the corner. I was reading a magazine. I think it was Better Homes and Gardens. And Oprah interviewed Michelle Obama about Michelle Obama's new autobiography or memoir, her
Yep.
new memoir called Becoming. That's what she titled it. And Oprah asked her, why did she choose that as a title? And Michelle's response was so cool. And I thought we need to maybe adopt this, not we personally, but we as a society. She said her least favorite question asked a child is, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Uh-huh.
She said, I'm still becoming myself.
Right.
So I don't think you ever grow up. You just continue to become yourself, more of who you are. And I thought that's really great. Then there's no end to it. There's no,
Right. And there shouldn't be.
no.
Like, if you're the same person you were when you were 20 years ago,
Yeah.
or 20 years ago, you know, when you were
Yeah.
28 or whatever, like, that is not,
Healthy?
no. I don't want to be that same person.
I don't either. I was really insecure. Yeah.
There's a lot of good back then, but I don't know. Like, a lot has happened. It should be definitely different.
Yeah.
You know?
Becoming is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really great way of looking at life.
She is an incredible speaker.
Is she?
I think so.
I mean, every time I've heard her, she has been, but I
Yeah.
haven't really heard her that much.
I guess neither have I, but what I've heard, I've really liked and can relate to.
Yeah.
You know, she's a pretty cool person.
She is
Seems
pretty
like
cool.
it.
Yeah, she is.
So.
So I have you here today. Why? Why?
I have no
Kathy?
idea.
Yes, you do.
I do not.
Yes, you do. Why?
Yes, because you pushed me.
Okay, that might be accurate.
It's very
Pushed
accurate.
/ bullied / forced.
Shoved,
Right.
coerced, bribed.
Yes.
Yes, you really pushed me, which actually is, you know, needed because I would never do it on my own. to make these or bake these gift baskets so that you guys could give out as corporate gifts this year.
Yes.
So
I hired you.
That's what happened.
Of course, I haven't paid you yet because you haven't sent me an invoice. But I have hired you to make our corporate baked goods gift baskets, and boy, they were a hit. She made. What did you make?
I made a bunch of things. I made, let's see, spiced pumpkin bread, lemon scones, cranberry orange muffins, cheddar biscuits, onion jam, and homemade Pop-Tarts, either raspberry or blueberry, depending on which basket you got.
And granola.
And apple cinnamon granola.
And apples, all from scratch.
Yeah.
It was, I heard it was amazing.
No, sorry.
I heard
there were
it was
no
amazing.
leftovers, so I didn't share.
There were no leftovers.
Terrible.
And when Bert knew we were doing this, but he didn't remember, really.
Yeah,
even though
it wasn't in his brain.
No. And I talked to him about it repeatedly because he was like, well, let's add some booze to her basket. So we did that. We bought bottles of champagne for everybody. And so he was involved in the process, but it wasn't in his wheelhouse when you and I were delivering these gift baskets and people were calling him to say thank you.
Right.
His response was, where's my gift basket?
Yes.
And I went, but they were to give to your people. They weren't for you. And he goes, wait a minute. I didn't get a sample. I didn't get a sampler. I don't even know what these people are talking about. Homemade Pop-Tart? What the hell is that? Kathy didn't have a sampler for me? So,
yes. I really thought about it. I was like, I'm going to have plenty of leftover and that was my plan. I was going to give some of the leftovers, not like a giant basket, but so you guys would know what it was. And then that didn't happen. Like, I was a little overwhelmed, I'll say.
Yeah, it was 13 baskets.
It was a lot in my little kitchen all by myself.
With one oven.
With one oven.
And how many racks in an oven?
It only has 2 racks. Where's my third rack? I don't even know that it was missing a rack. I can't even cook as much as I should be able to.
So maybe if your friend hadn't pushed you into it last minute, you would have assessed the situation a little better. But sometimes you just got to jump in the cold pool.
Sometimes you do. And the funny part too is originally we were going to deliver on 2 different days. I was like, okay, we can do whatever it was, 9 and 4, 9 and 5. Like I forget what it was. I was like, all right, that's doable. Yeah. And then somehow it became one day.
Yeah. I think it was
somehow
scheduling.
It was 12 baskets, and then it became 13, and then it became one day, and then I was like, holy shit.
Right.
What the hell did I agree to do?
I think it was a scheduling why it became one day.
I think so too. It was just easy. No, it was a driving thing.
Yes.
You're like, oh, these people are so close, and they're so close, and they're so close.
Yeah. Why would we do that in 2 days?
Let's just do it all at once.
It was crazy. Kathy's kitchen and dining room was just covered in baskets. Yeah. It was really amazing. You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
They were beautiful. First of all, they looked beautiful. I didn't get to taste any of it, but everyone who called me was like, the Pop-Tarts are the most amazing thing ever. The most beautiful basket I've ever received.
That's great because that was
everybody. Why? They looked amazing.
That is my least confident part.
Yeah, the wrapping.
Of putting the basket together and making it look pretty, and having not really ever done it on any sort of scale other, you make one basket for a friend or whatever, but not knowing the volume of what needed to go in each one, or is it going to be enough? Does it look right? Like that was the part that was very nerve-wracking. I mean, one of the parts.
One of the parts. The 2 oven racks would have done it for me. I would have been like, fuck it, I can't make this happen.
I was like, God, where do I get another oven rack? Like, what do I do? What can I put in there? What will bake in there
What did you do? Did you just
nothing?
use 2?
I used 2.
You just used 2.
I got up at 4:30 in the morning and started baking.
That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other tricky part is that it's all homemade.
Yeah.
So it has to be fresh.
Yeah.
Like it has to be made and then delivered. You can't make it
a week
in advance.
Yeah.
Like it's not good.
No.
So.
Well, the jam you made ahead, right?
The jam I made ahead. And then the granola too, I made on Monday to be delivered on Thursday. But that lasts for a month.
Yeah.
So that was fine. But yeah.
Would you do it again?
I would do it again. Now that I have a better understanding of what actually goes into it, and I, know what I need to do differently.
Right.
Or what I would do differently. not do 13 in one day, probably.
Right?
May not be the best plan. Yeah, now that I have an understanding, I would totally do it again.
Did you like it?
Now that it's over, yes.
You didn't like it while it was happening?
I was very, you don't want to fuck it up.
No, totally, yeah.
So it wasn't nerve wracking, but it was very like when I really sat down and went through like each recipe and was like, okay, I have to make 8 times this recipe to get how much I need.
Wow.
And then it was like, okay, so I need 100 cheddar biscuits. I need 96 scones. Like when I was doing the math, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Is that even possible in my like one oven
Right.
all by myself with apparently only 2 racks in the kitchen? Like it was very daunting at first.
I bet.
And it was very like Monday was the worst day ever because I couldn't start anything. So I was just like walking around my kitchen going, all right, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? I can't do anything. I can't do that yet. I can't do this yet. And it was terrible all day long. I was just waiting to start. And like, once I got started, it was fine. Yeah. It was totally fine.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my husband came home early and I was like, get the fuck out of this house. I don't care if you're sick. You need to be somewhere else.
Oh my God.
He's like, can I help you? I'm like, no, you cannot. Leave me alone. And then Lily's like, Mommy, can I help? I was like, no.
This is one time you can't.
I love you. Aww. That's very sweet. And at any other point, you could help me do something, but no.
Oh,
I just need my space.
Yeah, yeah.
You're all to leave.
Yeah.
And figure out dinner on your own.
Yeah.
Because it better not be in the kitchen.
Right. It better be on the grill.
Yes.
On the grill and a picnic outside.
Yes,
just out of my house. That's funny.
Just leave me alone.
So the reason that this happened was because you took this career test. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that it said you would be good at was a baker.
Yeah.
And you had said on this podcast, I would love to be a baker.
Apparently, I can't say anything on this podcast.
I know, right?
I'm held to a certain thing. Standard.
Well, I had to do it. I mean, I had to do it. It wasn't really for me. It was for the podcast.
Oh, right. Okay. Anything for this damn podcast.
No, it was really for you because I wanted you to see.
Yes.
And that's so easy. Right? Well, it's not easy what you did, but it's easy to
I know
provide an opportunity.
Yes.
Here's a perfect opportunity, a win-win, right? Win for me, win for you. Well, how do you feel about it now? I mean, how do you feel about that process of like, hey, they said I should be a baker. I was really a professional baker in an amateur kitchen.
Right.
For this
in an
project.
Setting for a day.
How do you feel about all that?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I wonder how that translates later on in life. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure that I could get up every single day and do this, but once in a while, like, it's fun. Like, I could definitely do something like this on a regular basis. Like, that would be cool. And I don't know how to make that happen. You know what I mean? Like, do you just make gift baskets? That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
You probably cater parties.
How do you like translate that into something else that doesn't end in opening a bakery? Because I don't see that process happening.
Totally.
So like, what's the in between? That's the part that at this point, I don't really know how to envision or what that would be, you know? Mm-hmm. But there are so many, like, I feel like all the time there's like, I didn't even know that job existed.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's probably something like that out there.
Oh, I just had 3 ideas while you're talking. I'm just waiting for you to shut up.
Apparently you're a genius.
I'm not a genius, but I am a problem solver. That for sure. And there's a problem. I want to do this.
Bully me into something else.
I might be bullying you into something else.
Awesome.
I think what you have to do is hook up with someone like my sister-in-law who plans events for a big studio. And where it's appropriate, where what you are strong at making is appropriate, she hires you to make it for that one event. And her events aren't weekly even. They're every 2-3 weeks she has an event, maybe even longer apart. I think you hook up with someone like that. That's one thing you could do. Work for 1 or 2 of someone's like that and say, you know, these are my specialties and let me know when I can cater your party.
Right.
Another thing you could do, this would be a little more regular, is there are a lot of mom and pop kind of coffee grind shops that would let you hawk your wares in there, I bet you. That would say,
I don't know. I wonder.
I think they would drop
wonder
off
how
your
that
batches
works. Yeah.
and they pay you for the batch and day over, you know. I
Right.
get paid this much, you upsell them for that much, and it's a win-win.
Right.
Where it's not something that you may have to regularly supply, or maybe you do. Every Monday you drop off.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I don't know
goods.
how that works, but
I don't either, but that's a possibility.
yeah.
That's a job that doesn't probably require opening a bakery if you partnered with one or two mom or pops.
Right.
I mean, we're not looking at, I mean, you have to start thinking about work. I think part of how, or at least me, maybe from my mom, I always thought you just were really successful. There was no middle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's no like, this doesn't make a living,
right.
but I don't need to make a living. We're making a living.
Right.
This would be something that I would do that I enjoy that makes money.
That's, yeah, just for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes money. And it doesn't devalue the money, but I think in society, we devalue that money as societally.
Right.
You know, unless you are Susie Cakes, which is one of the biggest bakers in LA, you suck.
Right.
You're non-existent.
Yeah.
But that's actually not true. That's actually a fallacy, a false paradigm. I think that I think it exists. Where if you're not Susie Cakes, then what are you doing?
Right.
Is this a hobby?
No, it definitely exists. I know 2 other bakers who do similar type things, like stuff that, you know, very similar kind of thing where like you order, they do corporate baskets and they do other stuff too. But, you know, yeah, there's got to be tons of people out there that do something along these lines.
Yeah.
You know, how they get business, how they do it. I'm not 100% sure, but
Word
you
of
know,
mouth.
Probably.
I mean, Bert's manager, Judy, was like, I would hire her anytime to just make a basket of a variety basket of Pop-Tarts.
Right.
She was like, I can't stop eating these Pop-Tarts. They're amazing because they are amazing and they're very quirky. I've never seen
Right.
them in a bakery. I've never seen homemade Pop-Tarts in a
Right.
bakery. And everybody likes Pop-Tarts
Right. Nobody ever eats Pop-Tarts
because they're so bad for you.
because they're terrible.
Because they're so processed.
Yes.
But if you make them homemade,
Right.
then you
Yeah.
kind of, it's another win-win there.
Right.
So
Could be like that, you know, that fad where like everybody had like a cupcake bakery.
Yeah.
Like it was all right. It'll just be a Pop-Tart bakery.
yeah, there you go. All Pop-Tarts all the time.
Right.
You want some meat in your Pop-Tart? Perfect. We'll have a gravy icing.
One for Thanksgiving. It's got turkey and cranberry. That's
A
terrible.
mincemeat Pop-Tart. Ugh. Well, I was very proud of you.
Well, thank you. I would actually have to say I was really proud that I finished, that I accomplished it. I was scared for a little bit.
You were.
I was. At one point, I was like, you know what? We're just going to have to do it in 2 days. Like, I'm just going to have to call her and tell her we're doing this in 2 days.
And that would have been fine.
I know. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
So I didn't.
Yeah. You pulled it off.
I did. Yeah.
You did. And beautifully. It was beautifully done. And we got finished delivering earlier than we expected.
Oh my gosh, that took no time.
It was like boom, boom, boom. And we
yeah,
were
that
done.
was crazy.
It was. And we were all over LA.
I did not anticipate that happening at all.
No, it went pretty
So,
smoothly.
yeah.
Well, I was really
That was
proud
good.
of you. I was proud of you for letting me push you into it.
Yeah, I need to be pushed. I'm not good at starting on my own.
You don't think so?
No. Well, I don't know. I mean, if there's an opportunity, I would do it, but
You're a pretty good
putting myself
self-starter.
out there is not easy.
No,
That
no.
is the problem.
No, you're right. Putting yourself out there is not your strong suit.
Not at all.
No. Now, how did you advertise in these baskets? Did you advertise? Did you do anything?
Really?
Did you? How are these people supposed to find you? How do they know who made it? State incognito. That's what you should call it. The incognito baker.
You'll never know when you
Right?
get anything.
You've been baked.
It might show up or it might not.
That's what you should
Terrible advertising scheme.
be. The invisible baker.
Right? It tastes great, doesn't it? No, I put on the back of the menu card that was in there was a sticker.
What did sticker say? Incognito baker.
Pretty much. It had my name and address. I mean, phone number.
And please don't call.
It did not have that. No, it has my email address and my phone number.
Okay.
And then, It just said Cathy's Kitchen on it. It didn't. It was
Cathy's
nothing.
Kitchen.
Like, which is terrible, and that's not.
That's not terrible. That's really
terrible.
cute.
No,
Did
it's
you
not.
change your name from a C to a K?
I know, right? I should.
Did you change
kitchen is with
kitchen
a
to
C.
a C? Yeah, kitchen.
No.
Or you should say KITCH.
It
Kitchen.
needs to be something different than that. But
Incognito Baker,
we
I'm
were
telling you.
under a time constraint.
Yeah, we were under a time constraint.
So.
It was kind of a quick turnaround. I asked you when.
It was a quick turnaround. I don't remember, actually. Like probably Thanksgiving, maybe a little before.
I asked you before Thanksgiving, but November.
Yes.
November.
Yeah, it was definitely November. And it was, then once we figured out the date, which week you wanted it delivered, then the time constraint got really tight.
Yep, it did.
Once we finally figured that out.
It did. Well, I thought it was a huge success.
It worked out well, I think. I mean,
can I tell you a
hopefully.
secret about Stephen Fromkin, who's probably going to listen to this on his drive home? I think he called me twice. Please push my wife into doing this. And I'm like, I've already pushed her. She already said yes. She's already doing it.
He was texting you when we were on the phone. I know that.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
Yes.
at one point, yeah.
Please
force her to do this.
The funny thing is, like, I've actually done this a bunch for him. Like
Yes.
when he does shoots and stuff,
Yeah.
like they're super small. They're not big, corporate, whatever. So I do a lot of the craft services stuff, and especially in the morning.
Right.
Like when there's a ton of baked stuff and whatever. And then my stupid debacle with the pumpkin bread.
Yeah.
Took all of it to work.
So what
It was
happened? But you have to tell
this is
people what
amazing.
happened with the pumpkin bread.
This was not fun. I don't know. Of those stupid, like, little adorable, disposable bread loaves that you buy. Like, you're like, oh, look, they're so cute. They're perfect.
The little paper things?
Yeah, they're like papery cardboard, but like you can cook in them. You put your stuff, you bake, and they come out and they're cute. The pictures all look adorable.
Amazing.
Which
right?
is a lie. I'm just going to say it's a big lie. Okay, first of all, I probably should have used them before this to know that they don't actually work.
Trial run.
Yeah.
Might have been good. Maybe.
Whatever. The other problem, too, was that I found one package of these in all of LA for weeks.
No
I couldn't
way.
find it. I was like, it's a package of 15, which is fine, but I'd like to have some more just in case.
Totally.
Couldn't find them anywhere. Nobody had them. So anyway, so I go, one of the first things I make, and apparently you can't fill them very much. You have to underfill them, which I did not know.
Oh, boy.
So I bake them and they come out like, it was like a blob. It was like this
Oh,
round
no.
thing. Like the sides were like overflowing. It was like almost a circular thing. I was like, these look terrible.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God, I can't use these. This is awful. What the hell am I going to do now? I have to start over.
Because you had 15 loaves,
I
right?
had 15 loaves. I made all of them. And then I still had extra batter because I didn't know how to do the math because they're not the same size as my loaf pans, which are huge. These were like more medium sized. So so I had a bunch of batter left over, and then I had 15 pumpkin breads that were unusable.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
what the hell are we going to do with this? Who is going to eat this? Because they taste fine, except they're not presentable. They
Right.
look terrible.
Right.
So I did manage to salvage like 3 of them. And then I had to start over. So,
Right.
but then we had, 12 of these that I was like, what the hell are we going to do? And so
Right.
like, I'll just take them to work. So I was like, cut them up before anyone
Right? But don't let them see them in this
don't
state.
let anyone know what they actually look like. And all day he's like, people love this stuff. I was like, yeah, that's great.
That's great.
Terrible.
It's good now that it's been cut.
Right.
Perfect.
Now that no one knows what it looks
I would
like.
love
It's
to know what
not
that tastes
pretty.
like,
I know,
but
right? I should have sent one here.
I
but
never got
I
a
can't send one here
sampler.
because it was terrible. It looked awful. Can you imagine?
Like we care.
If I sent, Bert would have cared. Can you imagine if I sent him this like misshapen loaf? He'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you cannot send this out to anyone.
He might have.
He would have had a heart attack. No way. I could not do that.
No sampler? There's no sampler? How am I supposed to know what these people are thanking me for? I need a sampler. Seriously, Cathy? Seriously?
Yes, I've heard that I failed miserably
I've
in the
heard-
sampler
I've heard
platter. Yes.
He might think a lot of himself.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Well, I thought it was
Yes.
mission accomplished. I thought
So-
it was amazing. I'm definitely going to, if you want to do it next year.
I would definitely do it again next year. You know, the funny thing, of course, after this all started, he was like, oh, you know what? You should have done this. Like, he wanted me to do this whole like cookie sampler thing for people. I was like, yeah, not happening. You
Right.
missed your window. If you wanted that, you had to tell me in advance. He's like, oh, I want it for the holiday party. Sorry.
Yeah. Couldn't do it.
It was Tuesday was their holiday party.
Oh,
I was like,
okay.
yeah, but this is the day, like I prepped everything on
Right.
Tuesday, baked on Wednesday, and then wrapped it Wednesday night and the last little bit on Thursday morning.
Right. There's no way. You
I
could
was
have
like,
done
I
that.
can't
No.
do another thing.
No.
So I don't have enough cookie sheets
Right? Or enough oven rags.
or enough oven rags.
So maybe you need a second oven. So if
I
you
definitely need a second oven.
Yeah. If you buy another house ever,
Oh yeah.
then you'll get a 2 oven maybe.
Yeah.
That might be smart.
Well, the funny thing is I've always had 2 ovens because my mother-in-law lives in the back house. She, until we moved a year ago, had her own oven.
Right.
So I used her oven all the time.
Right.
She no longer has an oven.
right.
I was like,
forgot
oh
about that.
my God.
She just has a cooktop, right?
Yeah.
Shit.
And a toaster oven.
A toaster oven. Boy.
Pick one Pop-Tart at a time.
One Pop-Tart at a time. This will take me
This'll go
13
well.
days.
Right, exactly.
Oh my God.
For one basket.
So funny.
Yeah. It would have been really helpful if we put an actual stove in her house.
An oven
But
in her house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Live and learn.
yeah.
Live and learn.
Oh yeah. We made the right call. Definitely. But it would have been helpful in this moment.
Yes, it would have.
So
So let's move on. What's
anyway, so
that? What were you going to say?
no, that was it. Those were, it was mission accomplished.
So then, did it answer any questions for you? Personal questions.
What do you mean?
Like you said just a minute ago, I don't know if I want to get up every day and be a baker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, were you ever under any illusion that would be interesting for you?
No, it's just, I have a hard time, like I said, I have a hard time envisioning this to like where this leads.
Uh-huh.
And in my head, it only leads to one place. And I think it's that like, you got to think outside of the box. It's not just about like, okay, go open a bakery, which I'm not interested in. I don't want to run that kind of business.
No.
Like that's not for me at all.
No.
So it's hard when I only think very linearly. Thank
Uh-huh.
you.
Yes.
When you've got that focus, it's hard to sort of move from that. So
Yeah.
I feel like part of that is, I don't want to say holding me back in any way, but when I'm like, oh, I don't want to explore that because if that's the only path it leads to, I'm not interested.
Right.
So how do I get it to lead to something else? And then what is that something else? Well, I don't know yet.
Well, I have a solution.
Of course you do.
I say we build you a website. We come up with a better name than Cathy's Kitchen.
Yes.
And you make items that you feel you're really strong at, like your Pop-Tarts or everything you made was looked really good. I'm assuming was really good. And then you can offer your services via a website, like catering small office parties or catering a birthday party, or you can just offer those simple services. And if anybody ever asks me, hey, who did that gift basket? I can say, here's her website. Why don't you contact her through that? And they can shop around on a site and see, oh, she does this or that. I'd be happy to build your website for you. I've done 3 now.
Right.
I'm pretty good at it. I could even do a store. But they're actually really inexpensive to maintain. They're not very much to maintain. So if it's something you really are interested in, thinking about outside the box ideas, I could help you. I would be happy to help you do that.
It's funny. I actually took a ton of pictures throughout the entire
You
process.
did? You stinker.
In the event that I might need them.
Yeah.
Later on,
Yeah, you're a stinker.
I know.
Is what you are.
I know.
So then maybe that's our next step for my podcast.
I love how this is our next step.
Well, some of the people that listen and watch have said you are my sidekick.
Yes,
So
I am
now
aware.
I think the next thing we should do is build a website and see if someone says, I'm looking for somebody to make cupcakes for my daughter's birthday party. I know somebody who can do that. Maybe not cupcakes, whatever
Right.
you think your
Yeah.
forte is. You know, I have a big business meeting and I need a spread. Oh, I know somebody who can do that. Even Judy, who said I would hire her. You know, if you think about it, there's a lot of people like that who go to green rooms
Yes.
at a morning show,
Right.
and want to bring morning pastries, and you could just one-off beautiful pastry basket,
Right.
You know, deliver it or pick it up, and there you go.
Right.
Something simple like that. Monday morning office meeting.
I love the idea of it being small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and manageable. I guess that's really what it is. Not necessarily small, but like something that I can actually do well,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
not on like a huge, large scale.
Right.
So,
Okay, so next step for you, Cathy, is to come up with a
My marching
name for your
orders.
business.
yeah. Oh, God.
So that we can see if we can buy a domain. So that we can buy a website. Can't buy a website without a domain.
Right.
So if you got to know what you want to name it.
Right.
Am I forcing you into this
Terrible.
too?
I'm terrible at that. No, I'm so terrible.
But you're
sat down-
so
did I tell
good
you?
at it.
Not at coming up with a name.
No, but good at you're so good. That gift basket was so beautiful.
Thank
you
you.
should be doing something like that because you enjoy it.
I do like it. It
Yes.
it was fun
Yeah.
despite all the chaos and worry and anxiety.
Well, first time out,
And
it's gonna
honestly,
be that.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, for anything.
yeah. Now that I'm done, I'm like, all right, yeah, I could totally do that again.
Yes, under my belt, I can do
So,
that again. And
right.
to jump into 13, I mean that was a tall order.
It was a bit much.
It was a tall order, and you know, so no one thinks I'm an asshole. I kept saying, "Are you sure?" Because I can separate these off, and I can do like
Right.
these 4 gifts totally separate, and we can do these 9, or we can do these 4, and I'll do the 9 separate. I don't need them. Tell me your comfort level,
Right.
And so I wasn't an asshole that made you do 13. We agreed that would
We
be
totally
okay.
agreed. I said it would be fine.
It just was overwhelming once you started doing the math.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
So, yes.
All right, so then that's our next step. Maybe we should take suggestions via email.
Not from your husband.
Definitely not from Bert. Could you imagine? Let's imagine what some of Bert's
Do you
ideas
remember?
would be.
Oh, you don't. We were in your kitchen, and he had a whole slew of them.
I don't remember this.
Oh my goodness! Yes,
What were they?
not appropriate.
Were they like Cathy's cunt cakes?
Pretty much. Yes, they were along those lines. Something about a horse. Something about like God only knows what. I was like, okay, I cannot even believe Stephen brought this up. Like seriously?
How funny.
Yeah.
I don't remember. What was I doing?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I
Yeah.
don't remember that. I have a vague memory. Maybe I was in and out of the room or something.
Right. Probably. But
That's funny. Well. Happy to take suggestions from people listening for not Cathy's cunt cakes, but some legit names like a cute catering bakery gift basket. What do you think your
sidekick cooking.
Sidekick cooking? Oh my God, the sidekick cookery, sidekick bakery. No, but so let's talk about this then. Obviously, you did kind of a breakfast theme,
Yeah.
for me. But what do you think is like your strongest like area of baking?
Probably that.
It's
Honestly.
probably breakfast?
because that's what I do the most often.
Right.
Mainly because that's what my family eats. That's what they want.
Right.
That and cookies.
Yeah, you do some pretty fantastic
Yeah.
cookies. So you could make cookie trays like Stephen
Yes.
was talking about. That's a great idea. Maybe you
Yeah.
should whip up a cookie tray so we can take some pictures
I'll
of
bring
it.
that on.
And you know something else you're really good at is those like snack bars that are made not with nuts, like granola
yeah.
bars and certain trail mixes and the granola you made. Like that's something really kind
Yeah.
of off the beaten path to offer. Maybe not a whole tray of granola, but to add
Right.
to. That's a really really, I don't know if it's unique, but it seems kind of unique to me
Right.
to have those kind of bars. And
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's no,
Yeah, that's out of like necessity.
yeah,
You know, like
Yeah.
I got to find something for my kids that won't kill them.
no nuts.
So,
Yeah, your kids are really allergic to nuts.
but
But Okay, so what's our next job, Cathy?
I don't know.
Come up with a name.
I gotta come up with a name, right?
Come up with a name so that we can
That's a lot
buy
of
the
pressure.
domain.
More so than the 13 baskets.
You know what?
Because once you get it, then you're stuck with it forever.
Being a business owner is a lot of pressure. But putting yourself out there is a lot of pressure. And it's scary. It's scary to go, I'm going to start a podcast.
Yes.
And I hope people listen to it. And part of me is like, I don't think why would anybody listen to you or do anything?
Or what if people don't like it?
Or what if I offend somebody?
Yeah.
Or what if somebody goes, you're a racist, or you're a prejudiced, or you're a horrible person, and I would feel terrible.
Right.
But it's scary to do that, to put yourself out there and say, I'm gonna start a little side job, a side hustle.
Yes.
That's what Kirsten turned me on to this.
Yeah, I listened to it.
The side hustle person.
I mean, when I have a chance.
I
I like it because it's like super quick, 10 minutes, and
yes, a 10-minute podcast called Side Hustle. Isn't it called Side Hustle?
Side Hustle School? Side School Hustle.
Side Hustle School. Side Hustle School. I think that's
what it is. Yeah.
And it's about people who are doing exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily quit their day job.
Right.
It's a side hustle.
Yeah.
It's because it's fulfilling and it's fun.
And it's like so off the beaten path. Like these people find this little niche.
Yep.
And then that no one else is doing.
Yep.
And they're doing it and they love it. And it either makes them a ton of money or it doesn't, but they're just happy doing it.
Yeah. There's one I was listening to about this woman who did pre-made Excel spreadsheets for business owners.
Oh my God, I heard that one.
You heard that one too?
Yes, I did. And it's brilliant.
Brilliant. And she makes like she makes like $20,000, $25,000 a year.
I don't remember, but yes.
But it wasn't like it changed her life.
Right, exactly. She's not quitting her job.
No.
She's not whatever, but she's got a great source of second income that's relatively easy, especially if that's in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, totally.
Like, that's not in my wheelhouse, that's for sure.
No, I could come up with them, but I wouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't enjoy it. I could make
And I would
some.
rather pay her to come up with what I need. You know what I
Totally.
mean?
Totally. I mean, most small business owners get into that business not to be accountants.
Right,
Or
not to
bookkeepers.
actually run a business. It's to do whatever their business is doing. Like, that's the passion.
Totally.
The rest of it is the minutia.
Is hard.
Yeah.
I think is where a lot of small businesses fail, is because they have that minutia they're not prepared to handle.
Right.
And so who wants to handle that? I know when my dad was running a business, convenience store with his brother and sister-in-law, and that minutia just kept getting swept under the rug because they had to run the business.
Yep.
And at some point you got to stop and go, I got to deal with all this minutia.
Yep.
And it's really hard for some people. It's really hard for some people to stop running the business and just focus on that shit.
Right. Especially because it's not, I mean, unless you love that kind of stuff, it is not interesting.
It's not fun.
No.
It's not interesting. It's sometimes scary.
Yeah.
Because then you look at your numbers and you go, oh my God, I'm not doing great, or I'm doing amazing, or it's
Right.
It's can
Or
be
something
really
needs
scary.
to change, and that's
Yeah.
always hard. Yeah.
Really hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so a name. We need a name,
We need a name.
and then I'll build you a website.
Okay. You can build the website because I will pay you to build the website.
You don't need to
'cause
pay me.
I don't. I'll bring you a gift basket.
You give me pay me in cookies. Perfect.
Okay.
I actually
you don't eat cookies.
cookies are my favorite baked good.
I know, but
Cookies are my favorite.
you're going to eat a basket of them?
No, clearly not. But
I'll make them for your kids.
yes, perfect. I actually really enjoyed building those websites. Squarespace, I mean, obviously I don't have any advertisers or make any money on this podcast from advertising, so I'm not getting anything from saying this, but Squarespace was so easy. It almost built itself.
Right.
If you have the photographs and the information, it's effortless. So anybody out there who's thinking about starting a business and needs a website, because almost every business nowadays needs a website, even if it's as simple as a contact page from which they can email you, it was not hard at all, as long as you have photographs ready to go.
Right.
You know, that's the thing, is that I can't build this page. I don't have anything to put on it. So
Yeah.
I could build your website probably in a day with Squarespace.
Yeah. I mean, if it's easy, I could probably do it, but I have zero interest.
But
in that.
why? I loved it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would much rather have you do it
Yeah, I'll
and
do
be
it.
happy about it than me like struggle to figure this out, because I could care less.
All right, let's talk about our other side hustle.
What's our other side hustle?
The
financial one?
The financial side hustle. We're taking
the one that we just bashed.
I know,
like,
right?
Numbers are terrible.
I know.
God.
Well, whatever. So
I know. You know what? Yes.
Okay,
We
so
need to sit down and do this.
we do. So when I was in high school, I'm just giving backstory to people listening. When I was in high school, I went to a high school that had a lot of kids in vocational school. And in your senior year in high school, if you were a vocational school student, if you took the bus and went to the tech school and you came back and finished school at high school, you took a class called basic math. And in this basic math class, I was placed in this basic math class because I had already taken all the classes and electives I could take in high school. I came from a private school to this public school, and I was kind of ahead. So by my senior year, I had 2 PE classes and this one empty elective slot. So they put me in basic math. It was probably the best class I ever took because it was math like how to balance your checkbook, how to fill out a loan application, how to understand interest rates on a credit card, how to file your income tax return, how to do basic bookkeeping, accounts receivable, accounts payable, and how to balance books, how to write a budget. It was an amazing class. And I was driving one day and I thought, Cathy and I need to come up with this as a class. Like, we've been running this Girl Scout troop together for 8 years. And it's something that we both feel like we would like our kids to know. And there's nowhere to learn it.
And it doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
Like, we've moved so far from that. And I don't think kids are getting the stuff at home.
No, they're not.
And I feel like all of the stuff we've talked about, all of the stuff we've read, like, kids are so unprepared when they go out into the world.
Yeah.
When they get to college and they're a disaster. They don't get any of this. They don't know because they haven't been taught.
Right.
We have a perfect opportunity to teach these kids this stuff.
Yes.
And I think it's a very, very valuable skill that they don't have.
Completely invaluable.
Yeah.
As I have drawn so much from that class throughout my life that I didn't even really relate to the class. But I always just went, oh, I understand interest rates on credit cards. Totally.
Right.
Wait, why do I understand that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember now. Mr. Landers taught me.
Right.
That's what we did in that class. So, and even, I think you're right. It's not talked about at home. Like, it wasn't talked about at home when I was that age either.
Yeah, that's true.
It wasn't. So I was just lucky that I had that class. And that the educational system offered that class.
Right.
Because they figured the people that are going to vocational school are going directly into the workforce. They're probably going to work for themselves because they're being trained as plumbers and electricians and heating and air conditioning guys. They're probably just going to be independent contractors. They need this information to succeed.
Right.
So when are we going to start that side hustle,
So
Kath?
interesting too. I don't know. We need to start it soon though,
Yes, we do.
because these kids are getting older. They need it.
They are getting older, and now that we've taken on the seniors, we have perfect.
Yeah.
The Georgia's age, the 14-year-old Girl Scouts are called seniors. We have the perfect age to teach them that.
Our test group.
Yeah, our test group of those 4 young ladies until we get to the
guinea pigs.
freaking 23 other ones, or 19, or however many we have.
There's a gaggle
18.
of them. Yeah.
So yeah, when are we going to do that?
I don't know. We need to find a time to actually just carve out a day to sit down and figure out what the curriculum's going to be.
Right.
I think we have a good idea of what it should be,
But
we've just got to make that happen.
I got to pull those books out. I bought some books, some old textbooks from those types of math classes.
Right. The other thing I was thinking too, like, nowadays everything is so automated. Like, I remember growing up and my dad sitting down at the kitchen table and like everything out, like the spreadsheet, the like balance, like his checks, like all of the bills, everything. And like, it was an event.
Yeah.
Every week my dad would do this, like, or every month. I don't really remember, but like it was an event, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, that's how I learned about it.
Yeah.
And you know, just the skills that like I don't think are there. Like my kids they don't even see cash.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're like, just put it on the card. I was like, yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah. Cash actually funds
Like,
the card.
card actually is like backed by something, and you have to understand what that means, you know? So yeah, like all this digital stuff, like I think it's so abstract for them.
I agree.
They've got to understand that it's more than just an abstract number.
Yeah, I totally agree.
You know?
It is very abstract. Yes, very abstract. Because my kids are like, well, you'll just pay for that. And I'm like, but some things you should pay for.
Yes.
Well, I don't want to use my money.
Yes.
Because they get an allowance.
Yep.
So they
We've
the money.
just had this conversation.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm like, but I forget what it was. Lily, I think, was going somewhere. I think she was going to the mall, and she was like, yep, can I have money? I was like, but you have money. You get an allowance every week. Yeah, but I don't want to use that. I was like, but I don't want to pay for you to go to the mall. Like you're going to like just spend it on crap. You know, you're going to buy candy and whatever. And that's totally fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I don't need to give you additional money for that. And she's like, wait a minute. I was like, okay, maybe it wasn't clear when we started this allowance thing that I'm not going to pay for everything anymore. You have your own money, and it's for you to use on this. And if you choose not to use it on that and save it for something else, that's your choice.
Yeah.
But you need to decide. I will give you money for dinner. Like I will pay for you to get food at the mall.
Yeah.
Because that's dinner, and
yeah,
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with providing you with food. Like,
Totally.
That's what I'm supposed to do as a parent.
Absolutely.
But I don't need to send you $15 to go to Lolly and Pops. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Like that's your stuff. You go do that. She was like, wait a minute.
I did not agree to
I'm not
this.
sure I like this plan anymore.
Yeah, my
So-
kids are the same way. Same way. And
But
we
then-
explained it to them. We explained it to them up front.
Yeah, apparently I did not.
I did. I was like, this money is you going to the movies with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you go to the movies. Now, if we're all going to the movies together, I'm paying for the movies.
Yeah.
But if you're going with Tatum,
Yeah.
you buy your ticket and you pay for your snacks.
Right.
I'm not doing that. That's your choice. And the same with the mall, you
Right.
know. And the same,
Yeah.
we sent them to Universal yesterday, and I sent them just enough money to eat.
Yeah.
And I said, if you want anything else, you need to bring your own money.
Right. We had this thing. Max is going to the pier tomorrow with a group of friends. I'm like, I will buy your ticket to get in. Absolutely. And I'll give you money for food. Beyond that, it's on you.
Right.
Like that's
What?
yeah. But wait a minute. I'm saving up for. I was like, okay. Then don't
Take you a
spend any
little
money.
longer,
Like
right?
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
So you got to figure it out though.
Yeah. Well, we need to
So.
start working on that after we name your bakery business and I build that website. One thing at a time. I don't want to forget that.
I don't want to forget it. It keeps popping up every once in a while in my brain. Like, God, we have to get on this.
Yeah, we will.
So yeah, let's shoot for like end of January. Let's
That's a good
carve
shot.
out a day
That's a good
and
shot.
sit down and just make it happen.
That's a good plan because by then I'll have Bert up and running with his tour.
Yes.
So I'm stuttering. I'm already overwhelmed.
You're sweating.
This past few weeks, I've been like, I feel like, you know, this episode will air way after Christmas, but December is like a flaming freight train. Like everything is on fire and moving at breakneck speed.
I feel like that's what happens once Halloween hits.
Yes.
Every year.
Yeah. It starts at Halloween, but with Bert's big world tour coming up, there's so much going on that, I mean, like this morning, Hollywood's supposed to be shut down. I had 55 emails by 11 a.m. And I'm like, every day's like that, where I'm like, I can't catch a breath, you know? I'm hoping I will be able to catch a breath by the end of January. We'll see. Because that first week I'm going with him to Portland and Vancouver and all, no, not Toronto. I don't know. I'm going on his first week.
Somewhere. Yeah.
And hopefully when he's up and running, I'll be much better off.
It's like, it's the anticipation. He's just got to get started.
Yeah.
And then he'll be great.
We just got to get started.
Yeah.
And we have so much in between. Like my in-laws get here
Yeah.
tonight, which is the Thursday before Christmas, Friday before Christmas. And then they're here until the day after Christmas, which is the day my dad gets here.
Oh, is he coming?
Yes.
Oh,
and then
okay.
he's here until the 1st, and the 2nd we go snow skiing.
Right.
And then we come back the day before school
And
starts.
school
back.
starts. Yeah.
And it's like, there's no break. Where's the break?
Yeah.
Where's the rest?
Right.
Happy to have all the family, but there's no rest built into these weeks because,
And vacation's not rest either.
No.
As much as we would like to think it, I feel like it's not much of a break.
Well, snow skiing is not
much of a break. It's very physical.
Very physical, and that's awesome. I love it.
Of course.
But I go, maybe how do I build in a couple of days between stuff? But I just can't seem to do it. I can't seem to do it.
Yeah. Not with family here.
Not with family. Family's too hard. Yeah. But anyway, another thing that's been really exhausting about December, I don't know about you, Cathy, is this 12-day of Christmas / Kama Sutra challenge that's been going on with the campers. Are you participating in this Kama Sutra challenge?
Yeah.
You are?
Yes.
You haven't been texting the results.
There are no results happening anymore.
What do you
That
mean?
was for like 2 days.
No.
Yes.
No. It's supposed to be all the way through Christmas.
Okay. Why am I the only one? No one is. Yeah.
I thought it was the 12 days of Kama Sutra.
That fell off after like day 3.
Not in my house. Didn't fall off after day 3. Okay, so we are all over at my house, actually.
Yeah.
At my house. And all the campers were at my house. And the campers, if you're new to my podcast, we are part of a 4-family team we have named the Campers because we went camping together once and somebody started a text group called Campers. So we just adopted the name. So we're the Campers. So all the campers and all the camper kids were over at my house, and Bert decided he wanted to have 12 days of Christmas. So starting December 1st.
Right, which means a party every day for 12 days.
Or every other day till the 24th. So it was the 1st to the 24th. He wanted 12 parties, which we all said is insane. And he said,
not possible.
Not insane.
Right.
And we said, fucking insane.
And it wasn't even the 1st because he only wants it when he's here.
First. You're right.
So he only wanted it once he got here.
Yeah, you're right. It
So,
wasn't even the 1st. It was like the 4th or something.
I don't know.
Or the 5th.
It was
not the 1st.
No.
And we were like, it's not even possible. You're not even home for some of these days. You're on the road.
Yeah.
So we kind of sort of compromised and put 2 or 3 events per day.
So we could get 12 events.
So we have 12 events.
In 3 days.
And oh, that's more than 3.
It's more, I know.
Because we have Christmas Eve. We have Kylie's birthday. We had the Feast of the Fishes, which actually turned out to be lamb.
Lamb swims really well.
Lamb do swim very well. And then we had the Feast of the Fishes earlier.
Right. It became the Feast of the Fishes.
Yes. And then
the gingerbread houses.
That's 5. And then the first night the first night where we decided to do this and drew names for Secret Santa.
Yes.
So that's 6.
Yes.
So we got 6 days of Christmas.
Right.
Planned. Right? We haven't completed Kylie's birthday or Christmas Eve.
Right.
So we've got 2 more left, which is Saturday and Monday. Mm-hmm. So it's been stressful. Has it been stressful for you?
It has been stressful.
It's been stressful.
Very intense.
It's intense.
Yes, you have to do this. You have to be here. You have to participate.
Yeah. And I tried Sandy called me. Okay, so Sandy's daughter's birthday is the 5th event, right? Mm-hmm. And Sandy's daughter's birthday party has become massive, like 100 people, like caterers. Like it's become this really big. It's become a bat mitzvah for
it's her birthday party and their holiday party. They get combined because her birthday, unfortunately, is on the 23rd.
Is the 23rd of December. But yeah, she's it's like a bat mitzvah.
But now it's
It's crazy. She's a DJ. I mean, it's an event. So Sandy gets a little stressed out when she has an event of this magnitude, and her husband's working right now. So she's really kind of stressing about it. Not in a bad way. There's just a lot to do, right? So we're supposed to decorate gingerbread houses at your house, Cathy's house. And Sandy calls me and goes, I can't fucking do this, man. I can't fucking do this. I had too much shit to do. I got to go to Smart and Final. I got to buy booze. I can't. And I went, okay, let me talk to Bert because I'm really tired. I don't know if I want to do it either. I feel like I've had event after event after event, and I could use a day off. And if I get that day off, then I'll also have Thursday off, and I'll have 2 days in a row with nothing. So I say to Bert, I think everybody's feeling really stressed out. He said, who's feeling stressed out? Nobody's stressed out. I said, well, I'm a little tired, and Sandy's really got this big party. And so he sends a manipulative text to all the campers that says, I thank you guys so much for making this so special for me. It means so much to me. I can't tell you
how much I appreciate the 12 days of Christmas. It's so important to me now that I'm finally home. You're like, oh. Yeah.
What a punk ass move, right? Total punk ass move. So then Sandy calls me and goes, are you fucking kidding me? And I went, no, just give me your kids. I'll take your kids to Cathy's house. We'll decorate. It's going to be fine. You go run your errands and just show up later. So that's what she did. But Bert was like, I'm not canceling for anybody. We are doing the 12 days of Christmas.
Whether you like it or not.
You will have
12
fun.
days.
You will party. You will party until I say you will no longer party. That's what's happening this holiday season.
Pretty much. Yes.
Pretty much,
but
right?
He doesn't ever say, let's not party. Life is a party.
Oh, never.
Never.
No, never.
No, never. Which is why it's not canceled.
Ever. It's exhausting, I have to say. I love Bert so much, but let me tell you, it's exhausting to party every day.
Yeah.
I'm 8 years old.
It's so funny that he doesn't feel that way.
No.
It's very strange.
He's got to be exhausted like internally and just keeps pushing.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, another thing is he sleeps a lot more than I do. You know, he sleeps till like 9 or 10 o'clock every day. I get up at 5:45.
Right.
So by 9 o'clock, I'm like, night.
Yeah.
And he's,
just getting started.
There's a perfect example. Last night, I am so tired. So I'm laying down and close my eyes, and he goes, I know you're falling asleep, but what would you rather do?
It is the 12 nights.
Exactly. He goes, what would you rather do? Okay. If you could live anywhere for 1 month, where would you want to live? And I went, babe, I'm falling asleep. He's like, I just have one question. Just one question. I said, that's too broad of a question. I'm falling asleep. I have no idea.
And that's not one question.
No, it's not one question. It's a discussion.
Of course. Yeah.
It's a discussion. So then he goes, okay, I'll make it easier. Anywhere in the continental United States for fall, where would you live? And I go, oh my God, he's going to do fall and spring and summer and winter. And I went,
why?
And why? Because he doesn't want to go to bed.
No, and then the question is, why do you want to live there?
Yes, why?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah, and why?
Yeah.
I thought you meant, why is he doing this?
Yeah,
because
no, I know why
he's
doing it.
And I go, babe, I am so tired. And this is going to be a 20-minute discussion. He's like, it's just one question. One question. Fine. New England. Yeah, me too. How about Maine? Maine would be great. Maybe we could hook up with Cathy's family and live in Maine for a month. And I was like, oh my God.
That's a terrible idea.
So 25 minutes later, he's still talking. My eyes are closed. I'm not even responding. And he's still talking to me. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't do it.
No. I don't know how he does it.
No way.
So on top of the 12 days of Christmas, he had a Kama Sutra challenge for all of us, which we found out Sandy and Tom completed all 12 positions
in day one.
Day one. They were like, and this
They're like, we're just doing it all.
Right? And cha-ching, we finished all 12.
Wait a minute. That's not how it works. We have to do one each day?
Yeah. It's supposed to have 12 Kama Sutra positions completed in the length of time. It wasn't 24 days, but it was probably like 18 days or something like that.
Yeah.
Come on.
The rules are very vague.
Yeah, they are.
Both of these competitions, by the way.
But he gets so into it.
I feel like he was into it for a minute, though.
No, he's still pretty much into that one. That one he hasn't lost interest
that's
in.
just you two.
Yeah, that's just me. But yeah, I guess we were texting complete, and then everybody stopped texting.
Yeah.
But that's still going on at my house. I guess only my house.
Maybe. Yeah.
Haven't heard anything from the Grusin house. I wonder if anything's going on over there.
Yeah. No, remember? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know, do we?
Nope.
We don't know. Well,
anyway, yes.
It's been an interesting journey in this group of 4 families. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I was saying to somebody the other day how the kids talk to each other without us involved via text message and stuff, especially Isla and Lily, and how they are connected. I feel like they're all little cousins with each other. You know, Sydney texts Georgia every morning before school.
Oh, yeah. That's cute.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
And just how you doing? Are you on the bus? I'll talk to you later.
Right.
You know, just nothing. Just kind of a touch base.
Just like,
kind of thing. It's really kind of cool that we've created this little community. And, you know, we have friends outside of these 4 families. It's not like you don't have any other friends.
Right.
Or we don't have any other friends. We do. We just end up kind of all together a lot. I think it's kind of cool.
That is very cool.
It is cool. And Tom, who doesn't ever want to join in and do anything together, sent that picture of that house in Big Bear. Did you see that?
2 of them.
As if we should all go visit.
Like, when's the next trip? Come on, let's
I know.
go.
And Tom has phobia. The fear of being included. He doesn't want to do anything ever.
It's true.
And it came from him. I was like, wow, we really actually created a family, and we suckered that motherfucker in.
I was going to say, it's like mind control.
It is like mind. It's like mind
brainwashing.
It's mind head. Do you remember that from Bowfinger? You remember that from Bowfinger?
No.
Have you ever seen Bowfinger?
No, probably not.
Cathy Fromkin.
Are you kidding? I've never seen anything.
You haven't seen Bowfinger?
I don't think so.
Oh my God. It's such a good movie. Halson, have you seen What?
See?
Okay, Bowfinger is a movie written by Steve Martin, starring Steve Martin, where he is a fakey make-believe sort of movie producer. He wants to be a movie producer, and Eddie Murphy is the biggest star on the planet, and he sells a movie to this studio head with Eddie Murphy attached, quote, attached to it. But he's not really attached. So Steve Martin has to figure out a way to make this movie with Eddie Murphy without Eddie Murphy knowing that he's in the movie. And he finds Eddie Murphy's exact double, which is obviously Eddie Murphy playing this other person who's really dumb, like almost like 70 IQ dumb. But the real movie star Eddie Murphy belongs to this group called Mindhead, which is basically Scientology. And it's so funny. They wear like pyramids on their head because they're Mindhead, and the pyramid like shoots stuff up to the aliens or whatever. It's a total spoof on Scientology.
That's hysterical.
It's a really funny movie.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Oh, everybody should watch Bowfinger. It's really funny, especially anybody who knows anything about Hollywood.
Right.
And
I was going to say, it sounds very Hollywood.
It's
That's
very
funny.
Hollywood. So maybe everybody wouldn't get it, but anybody who lives out here,
right, would totally understand.
totally get it. It's a really funny movie.
That's funny.
I caught it the other day on cable.
Oh, yeah.
Mindhead. So yeah, I don't know how I got off on that subject, but
My
whatever.
kids will watch that.
Your kids would love it, although
Is it?
there may be a sex scene in it.
Okay.
See if it's rated R. If it is, it's from sex.
Right.
It was PG-13?
Oh.
Okay, then yeah.
Well, but PG-13, like forever ago, was a lot more risque than
It was
is
a lot more
now-
risque.
nowadays.
It has Heather Graham in it. Heather Graham's like the hottie.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there seems like there's some kind of boob, or I don't remember. I didn't see the whole thing the other day. I just caught part of it. And I was like, this was such a good movie. It was so fun. I came up with a list of movies for our kids to watch.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Shaun
do
of the
that.
Dead. Have you ever seen that?
Never even heard of that.
Oh my God, Cathy.
Shaun of the Dead? Like
Shaun of the Dead.
a guy's name?
Yeah, Shaun, Shaun.
Okay.
Halson, you've seen that, right? Oh, yeah. Isn't that good? Yeah. Okay. Shaun of the Dead is a comedy zombie movie, right?
How did you watch this?
Oh, it was so good. I can't believe
Oh my God,
haven't
you
seen
hate
it.
zombies.
I hate zombies. I'm terrified of them, but it's a comedy. So I can kind of manage
so
it.
if they're funny?
Yeah, I
it's
get.
okay?
Well, they're not. The zombies aren't funny per se, but how Shaun kind of gets away from the zombies and deals with the zombies is funny.
Okay.
It's a funny movie. So that's a movie I thought over the holidays during the daytime I could have my kids watch Shaun of the Dead. What was another one I came up with? Rain Man.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie.
Great movie.
Oh, they could totally watch that.
Yeah, my kids have never seen that. How much
No, mine haven't
compassion is
watched
learned
that.
in that movie. Really good movie.
It's so funny. Whenever we're sitting down trying to figure out a good movie, I can't ever think of anything.
I know. I started making a list.
Yeah, that's smart.
I have a notebook. The Blind Side.
Yeah, I don't know that. Wait,
It's
is that the football movie?
Yes, that
Yeah,
Sandra
yeah,
Bullock
yeah.
won an Academy Award for.
Yeah.
I've actually never seen it.
I haven't seen it either, but it's supposed to be amazing.
It's supposed to be amazing.
Yeah.
And I just showed the girls The Help not long ago.
Oh, yeah.
And they loved that movie so much. So I think The Blind Side, maybe not, it's definitely not the same movie, but it's in kind of
No,
the same vein.
Right.
And I showed them Fried Green Tomatoes recently.
Uh-huh.
They loved that movie. So I was like, okay, so they're ready for some like deeper
Yeah.
meaning movies, not just Marvel
Yeah.
all day long. And you know what else I showed them recently was What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Have you ever seen that?
I have not seen that.
Oh, such a good movie.
Yeah.
Also about some very real struggles. You know, Gilbert Grape's mom is really, really obese, and they're embarrassed and protective and codependent. And
Right.
it's really a great movie.
Yeah.
Stand By Me is another
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
That's another movie. Max would probably like that.
He would
movie.
probably like that.
That's a good movie.
I'll just tell him it's Marvel.
Stephen King Marvel.
Right.
You know, Stephen King wrote this. Let's see what else I came up
Yeah.
with. Some good lists for the break, the holiday break.
Yeah.
You want to watch a movie?
Yes, definitely. We want to do anything.
Yeah.
We got 2 weeks coming up.
I know. You don't have any family coming. So your mom
No,
just left.
because she was just here.
Yeah. So you're good.
I am good.
You never see your brothers. Why?
Well, my older brother hates LA.
He does?
He won't come here. Like,
Is
we have
he-
to go to him. Although his wife and his son are coming in February, I think.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, I mean, she wants to come out here. The problem is, I think they're coming when we're away. So I'm like,
Where are
we've
you
got-
going?
Vegas.
Oh, with me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I forgot. We're
about?
going to the campers are going to Vegas
Yes.
for Bert's show.
Campers going to Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Campers
a movie,
go to Vegas, right?
Holy shit. God, I see it now.
I know. I
That's
got to book my
terrifying.
stuff for
I
that.
haven't booked mine either.
I have a hotel room, but I don't have my.
Wait, we don't have a flight yet.
Oh, that sucks that
But-
you'll miss your brother.
So I'm not sure if she's coming. Well, my brother won't
I mean,
come.
your sister-in-law
My
and
sister-in-law, who I like
nephew.
better anyway.
Yeah. Then your brother.
I like my brother. He's fine. But I adore my sister-in-law. She is awesome.
Yeah.
But anyway, they want to come out here. And I'm pretty sure that Matthew's break, because, you know, East Coast, they have a February break and an April break.
Oh.
That's how it was growing up for
Huh.
me, actually.
No,
yeah,
not
it
for
still
me.
is that way.
Interesting.
Maybe it's just northeast.
Maybe
I don't
it's
know.
northeast, yeah.
But I think they want to come out, and I think it's that weekend. I was like, oh, are you kidding me?
Have
That
them come to
sucks.
Vegas.
So right. I don't know how my sister-in-law would be with Bert's show.
A lot of people are not great with Bert's show.
She might be okay.
A lot of people.
I don't know.
You know what's interesting? The negatives are so fascinating with his show because they go with Secret Time on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Is the negatives are always like, I can't watch somebody with no shirt on.
Yeah, that is so weird to me. Really?
Yeah, that's
Out of
the thing.
everything that comes out of his mouth, that's what you're offended by?
Yeah, that he
That's
has no
so
shirt.
weird.
It's very odd. I don't know. I just find that very odd.
Yeah.
And then some friends, people who know me are like, you know, his first joke is about me being a bad hand job giver. They're like, we heard the first joke and we were like, we're not interested in knowing this about Leanne. And I said to the person who said that to me, I said, you know, it's a joke, right? Right? Like it's maybe not even actually true.
Right.
But if you think of it as a joke, it's pretty funny. And she was like, I can't think of it as a joke. I just think of it as you. I can't separate it. So I can't watch a special.
Oh.
And I went, well, once you get past the hand
That's-
job joke, everything else is pretty funny. So maybe just fast forward.
Just for
She's like, nope, I can't. I just can't do it. I just want to know you for you. I don't want to hear any of that stuff. It made me upset when I heard him talk
that's
about you
so
like that.
funny.
And I just don't want. This is one of George's friends' moms.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I mean, that's fine, but
Right.
I just thought it would be a lot easier to separate.
Right.
You know.
I think one of the challenges probably is that he makes everything so real. It
Yeah.
seems like every story he's telling is so accurate, 100% real, you know? So if that's the case, then that's probably pretty,
Hard to swallow.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe so.
I don't know.
Maybe so. He does make a lot of stuff real. I mean, all of it's based on reality.
Yeah.
But
of course. But
very embellished.
yes.
Very, very embellished. All right. Well, I am so proud of you for doing those baking
thank you.
baskets.
Honestly, thank you for pushing me. I would never have done it
You are welcome.
otherwise.
And I will build your website. We just
So.
got to come up with a name.
Yeah, that's a challenge.
So go to wifeotp.com and email me name ideas, but legit ones. I mean, the funny ones will make me laugh, but people, I get 55 emails before 11 a.m. every day. I don't want a bunch of like, oh, Cathy's farts, you know, no, like legit. Something.
Cathy's pop farts.
Yeah. This is why you're an excellent sidekick. Cathy's Pop Farts. Yes, Cathy'sPopFarts.com.
Done. We don't need suggestions. Perfect.
Okay, never mind. Yes, we got it. Cathy'sPopFarts.com. Bert would be so proud, Cathy.
Yes.
Bert would be so proud. Well, thank you for always coming when I ask you to come. I've had guests lately. I haven't needed you. Have you been missing it?
Terribly.
Have you? No. Have you really been missing a podcast?
No.
Oh, okay. That's what I was saying. You've been missing.
No.
You said terribly. I thought you were maybe telling the truth.
No, I mean, I love doing this. It's super fun.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like people don't want to hear me, so I feel like bad coming. But
No,
of course,
that's
I
not
will
true.
always do what you need.
You know, the thing
100%.
is, well, thank you for saying you always do what I need. That's
course.
really sweet. But I think I did a good job of creating exactly what I intended, which was
think
me
you did
hanging out
too.
with my friends,
Yeah.
chatting, sometimes about bullshit, sometimes about something big. And sometimes I get, you know, I don't know that I ever get tired of talking about something heavy, but my life is not heavy.
Yeah.
My life is really fun. I mean, I have 12 days of Kama Sutra going on. Come on, that's pretty fucking fun. So
Literally.
it is fucking fun. But I feel like lately I haven't had enough just this.
Yeah.
Just to hang. I mean, we talked about your baskets, which was the purpose, but for the most part,
Yeah,
it was a hang.
Yeah, exactly.
All
No
right,
one else cares about my baskets.
I bet they do.
Maybe.
I think they care about you. And I think they care about the friends that I brought on here.
I think you're right.
You know,
Yeah. I think you've done exactly what you set out to do.
That's what I wanted. I
So-
have such great friends.
Right. And it's been almost a year. Oh my God, why are we not talking about that?
I know, right?
Literally, what was it? January what? Was your first
I don't
one?
remember the first date, but we've already recorded 52 episodes, so I've done a year worth of content.
That's awesome.
I'm really proud
And
of
the
myself.
first one that like never got aired or recorded or whatever.
Oh yeah, that one.
Right?
I forgot
Do you
that one that
remember
me and you and Jeannie did.
Yeah.
That my trial
Like,
run.
Test your feet. Yeah.
Yeah. And Bert was like, you can never air that one. It's never going to be what you started here. What you started here is so much better than what you did there. So Halston's looking at me like I'm
probably,
crazy.
but-
way before you, Halston, Bert was like, you have to just do it. And he gave me this little like the Zoom thing, the Zoom recorder thing with the mics plugged into it. And me and Cathy and Jeannie sat here and talked about, I wanted the podcast to be called Verses. Like,
Oh my God.
remember?
I
Remember?
forgot about that. Yes.
Yes. I wanted it to be called Versus. I wanted it to be like McDonald's versus Burger King. Or Doritos versus Cheetos, or
Walmart versus Target.
Walmart versus Target,
Right,
which is
like-
what we talked about.
I think so.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Our first
That's what
topic
it
was
started
Walmart
as.
versus
Yeah.
Target, and then it came to like air popcorn versus stovetop popcorn, and it turned into this
Versus
big debate.
microwave popcorn
versus
versus-
microwave.
yeah.
It was all these verses.
Oh, right.
And I couldn't get
And then it
that
went a little
domain
off the
name.
rails.
It went totally off the rail. And
Shocking.
It totally shocking. But now in retrospect, I go, well, that would be really hard to maintain over the long term. Also, always coming up with the verses.
Yeah.
And I just wanted it to be a jumping off place anyway.
Right.
you
And
know?
the like off the rails part is exactly what this is.
Yeah, it is. That's what I
Like,
wanted.
so you weren't so far off. Maybe the starting point is clearly not what needed to happen.
right.
But
Maybe I'll release that as a bonus week. Like one week we'll just do a second one as a bonus. With me and you and Jeannie, our first time.
yeah, but that's awesome. We need to celebrate.
We should celebrate. You're right. I didn't even think
about
it.
that.
Yeah, I should celebrate.
It's been a whole year you've done this.
been
That's
a whole
really
year.
cool. That's a huge
Thanks,
accomplishment.
Cathy. Thank you very much for saying that. I'm really proud of myself.
You should be.
I'm really proud of myself. I'm really proud of this, and I'm just really proud of it. I'm happy and humbled. I read every email that comes in, and I'm just really amazed that people take the time to email to say thank you for talking about this or that, or and so many emails. I got this email last week that I loved so much. This woman was like, I work on an assembly line in a lawnmower factory, plant, making lawnmowers, and I can't wait for Thursday because I know that podcast's coming off, and I'm listening to it while I'm at work, and it just makes me so happy because I feel like I'm sitting in the room with your friends, and I go, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
That's
somebody just not to feel like they're alone, and that they could be friends with all of us because they probably could.
They could be. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a pretty hat in hand person. I'm not a pretentious person. I'm pretty hat in hand. So I think, anyway. But I am really proud of myself. I reached out to Kirsten last week because a listener emailed me and said, I don't understand why you're not writing a book. I just listened to your episode of the Mental Illness Happy Hour with Paul Gilmartin's, not Gilmartin, Paul's, Paul Gilmartin. Yeah, I don't know where, Paul Gilmartin's podcast, and she said that episode, like, I just envisioned everything you're talking about. I don't know why you're not writing a book, and I think you should publish your Bible, and I don't know why you're not doing that, and I don't know why you're not writing a book about blah blah blah. And so I called Kirsten and I was like, what's going on with your novel? And she went, it's in my drawer. I said, why is it in your drawer? She said, I lost interest in it. I said, you're interested in dusting that thing off? And she said, not really. I said, what's up with that one-liner book you're supposed to be writing? She said, I just don't have time. I said, well, I think I'm going to start writing a book. And I think I finally figured out how to write it. So I'm going to write it for my kids. And if anybody else wants to read it, they can read it. But I'm really going to write it for my kids. Because I was a writer and I really liked writing. And I spent a year doing this. So maybe now that this is up and running, I can add an hour a week of that. So I said, would you sit down with me and talk through, I want to talk through my idea about how I want to write it.
Awesome.
And give me your thoughts. She said, yes. And I said, can we talk through your one-liner book so we can get that up and running?
I love that you're a bully.
I am such a bully, right?
Yes.
I can't help it.
She has to do that. She should 100% do that. Yes.
I am a bully for good.
You should.
I am a bully for good.
I don't know if that exists, but okay.
I'm a BFG. Bully for good. Because the truth of the matter is, there is a common theme in a lot of my friends, and that is a lack of belief in self, or a putting oneself last to the point where there's no space to write a book of one-liners.
Right.
There's no space for her. There's not been any space for me for a while to do, and then I forced the space for this podcast.
You have to force the space.
You have to force
and
it.
you have to be ready.
Yeah.
To take that step.
You do have to be ready, and you have to be ready for the collateral damage that happens because the dishes stay in the sink all day because you fold 8 loads of laundry at one time instead of the laundry when it comes out and half the shit's wrinkled because you're doing this instead.
Right.
And to be able to, that's the hard part I think people don't realize. I was thinking about this the other day, is I was like, what I want to do right now is write. But I have to unload the dishwasher and load the dishwasher, and that has to get done because I can no longer function in this kitchen and people have to eat. So this is a necessity, and writing is a want. So, but I made myself stop, and I walked in the other room, and I wrote a chapter, and my book is a short chapter.
Yeah.
First one, I was like, I'm just going to write this down while I'm thinking of it, and then go back and do the dishes.
Right.
And it made my day longer because I found that crevice to put that little piece of writing in. But I thought, I get so frustrated when the minutia in the house is out of order that it prohibits me from the creativity because I need order. And I need it, actually.
I feel you. Yes, 100%.
I need it to be in order.
Yep.
I need it to be handled. And then when it's not handled, it stresses me out so much that I can't be creative.
Right. You get stuck. Like you can't move beyond it.
That's right.
Yeah.
I get stuck. So I think my goal for this year, right? Okay, here I'm saying my goal for this year. My goal last year was to do this podcast and to make this my number one priority over Bert's career, over my kids to an extent, over my household chores. Everything stops for this. And I've been really successful at that. I've done that all year. So now I'm going to add to that. I need to write 1 chapter a week. The chapters aren't long. I'm doing a chapter as a short story. Mm-hmm. So it's something I could actually do.
Right.
So if I could do 1 a week.
That is super doable.
Super doable.
And you have 2 kids who can unload the dishwasher and load the dishwasher.
If they fucking would.
Yeah, I know. But think about it, right? You were just talking about the collateral damage from this podcast.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
Yeah.
What's the damage? Your kids are fine. They're thriving.
Yeah, they're fine. Yeah, they're fine.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
totally
everything,
fine.
Your house is not falling apart. Like everything status quo or better, right?
Well, one thing has really suffered. Intake of vegetables. The intake of vegetables in this house has plummeted. And I swear to God, it's because I go, I don't fucking care. I'm making pasta. I don't have time.
Right.
Right. That has really, truly bothered me, actually.
Yes.
Right? I go, Isla's eating the equivalent of shoe leather every day. There's no nutritional value to what she's eating ever because I go, I don't fucking care.
She's growing. Her
Yeah.
brain is growing.
Yeah.
Like everything is happening.
Yes.
She doesn't have scurvy. Like she's
No.
fine.
No,
right?
no distended belly.
No distended belly. Like the doctor is not telling you that you need to be doing something different. Right. So as much as it bothers you,
Yeah.
rightfully so, like it's still okay.
Yeah, it's still okay.
So if you add this on top, the rest will work itself out. Mm-hmm. Sure, there'll be more chaos at the beginning and whatever, but
Right.
it will come together.
Well, once that my goal, realistically, here's something that always frustrated Bert. Bert would be like, start it now. But I can't start it now. I would fail. And then I would give up. So I will start it when I'm back from Bert's
You
tour.
have to be in the right space. Like, I think that's the other thing. Like, you can bully somebody all you want or whatever, but until they're ready to make that step, it's not going to happen or it's going to fail.
Right.
So you have to be ready for it.
Right. All right. So that goal will start the second, well, I guess is the third week in January. Second week in January? I get back the 13th or 14th of January. So after that, I'll start 1 a week because until then.
Right. Just start end of January because
too
you need a
much.
week to recuperate from.
Okay. So February 1. Oh, so
There you
March
go.
30th.
No,
So April 1st.
Stop it. I gave you a week.
No, you're right. You're right. End of January.
Like realistically.
Yeah, end
You
of
know,
January.
coming back from a trip is, you got to deal with all the shit that happened when
yes.
you were gone.
And
So,
post-holiday. And yeah, you're right. So end of January. I'll just say end of January. Last part of January. I'll start doing that 1 a week. And then I'll see if I can get Kirsten to write like however many. I'll see how many. I'll help her set some goals. I'll bully her into some goals.
bully her into something. And then you have a perfect like
Exactly.
checks and balances.
Exactly.
I did mine this week. Did you?
Yep. Exactly.
You can be a bully the entire year.
Yeah. I love it. I'm really good at
You
it.
have a new career.
I do. It's not life coach. It's bully.
You're the bully coach.
Yeah. Bully for good. BFG. Maybe I should make a cape. This is BFG. What do you think? Bully for good. And you have a goal too.
You go with that. Yes, I've got to come up with a name.
You got to put a name. Yep. What can we bully Sandy about? How about Lynn? I'm just going to spread
You
it
just
out.
want to start like bullying everyone.
Yeah. I think that's going to be my shingle. Bully for good. How can I force you into
Into doing what you need to do to better yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. Well, thanks for coming today and talking about this.
pleasure. Yes.
Super proud of you. And
Thank
we will
you.
keep everybody posted on your
To my new
business.
name, yes.
Yes. I'm super excited about that, actually, Kathy. I'm really
I
excited.
am excited too.
You
little
are?
bit. A little bit. Yes. I'd like to see. It's time. Like that's
It
the
is
reality.
time,
It is
yeah.
time. I need to do something.
You are right.
Like
and I
it
think
is
you'd enjoy
time
it.
for me to do something else.
I agree. I think
So.
it's time. It's time for all of us. All our kids
Yes.
are up and running.
They are.
They're 1 foot out the door, the other on a banana peel.
Yep.
So before you know it, they're going to be gone. And we need
is very
something in place.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've started getting my stuff in place.
You have.
And that may not be what goes in your place, but I think it's a really great place to
No, but
start.
it's a place to start.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Really proud of
what
you.
happens in a year, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you just got to take the first step. So
I'm doing 48 baskets with 2 oven racks. Are you fucking kidding me, Leanne? I can't believe you BFG'd me into this. You BFG'd me into here.
this is all your fault.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you for
Excellent.
coming.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Bye.